because it can be working without the paper. But until today, every time I check myself and end of all presentation, all talk with new prospect, because I want to be better and better and better. And of course, I want to understand is how working the human mind. And you know the bad news is the human mind is not working logically. You know, it's the emotion is more stronger. So your business. So I use only one technique when I talk to new prospect, and I call it is a preventive objection handling. How is it? You know, I'm sure you got lots of objection when you talk about the new prospect. So they say, okay, it's not good for me, it's not, I not believe this, blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
And of course, if somebody told these things you, and if you know the answer, if you have an experience, you can solve this challenge. It is not a big deal. But the problem is, the biggest challenge is when the new prospect didn't talk about it. Only when you try to call again, no answer. You know, block your Facebook message, your WhatsApp message, no answer. Why happening this? It's happening this because you cannot solve his objection first time. And of course, you cannot solve his objection because he didn't talk about it. So this is why it's very important, the prevention. Okay, it's how working the prevention, you know. For example, from tonight, after this presentation, every time when you get the objection, you wrote it. You take a note your phone. And few days later, few weeks later, you will see what is the most common objection that you get. And you have to know, you have to solve it for everybody without they talk about it. Let's example. Maybe not everybody told this one. This price is expensive. But as many people told you, oh, it's not suitable for me because the price is expensive. And okay, if somebody told you, you can answer it, you can solve this. But the biggest problem is somebody didn't talk about it. But his mind is, no, this business is not good for me because of this project, my prevention project, is when I was in 50 years old. It was in 4.5 years before, and I never miss any single day. And you have to know I'm really serious about it. I want to share with you a story. You understand this how I serious about my goal. You know, it's I don't know, maybe 2 years before we went to the TSI. Travel with the DXN, and it was a cruise. It's a Norwegian cruise. It's an amazing cruise, and I went there with my car, and after the train, so I used a different way because I have another program end of the cruise. So I count my Morningsea because you know Norwegia is not available, the DXN not available in Morningsea, and of course I have to put the cruise every day, you know, I want to drink my Morningsea. And everything was fine, but when I ran the cruise, I realized I did the mistake because one bottle Morningsea, I left my car because, you know, I didn't put the bag because I want to drink that bottle Morningsea that day when I arrived at the cruise. But I left it. So I realized I missed some bottle Morningsea, and I'm really afraid I cannot drink one day Morningsea. But I started thinking, I focus, how can I solve this problem? And okay, maybe the way, if somebody send me 1 bottle Morinzi, but I haven't any address in Norwegia, so how can I do it? But you know, I started thinking and I find a solution. You know, it's only one option is available. If I ask my son and I ask him, please send 1 bottle Morinzi to the last port when the ship is arrived. Okay, but you know, it's not possible to send. You know, it's please send 1 bottle. You cannot say the FedEx, please send 1 bottle in the last port because it's needed the name, address, and phone number. These three. Okay, but I search the Google, and of course I find the address. What is the last port? So I do the Google, who is the port director, and I find his name. And after I put the Google port director mobile number, and I find it. So I give these data for my son, and of course I didn't call the port director because I never talked with him, and I wouldn't like to realize he told me it's not possible. So I asked my son, I cannot lose anything, and my son sent 1 bottle Morinzi in the port director. And when I arrived the last port, I go to the security man, and I told him, this is my story, this is the port director name, so please help me. And he was really friendly. He called the port director and put me in the Morinzi. That's it. Wow. I never miss. So every time is available the solution. So if you think it's no solution, yes, the solution is available. If you are serious, you can solve it. And you know, it's drink 1 bottle Morinzi a day is nothing, but it's more things. But I do it more than 4 years now. It's 1,720 days when I drink this Morinzi. So one day it can be a big thing. So thank you for your time. And finally, I would like to show the video. Maybe this video can motivate you. And this video is showing is what happened in my first 4 years in this Morinzi prevention project. Could you switch off the light in this line? Do you know it? Where?
Not there.
Somebody know it? Where is the?
Inside.